What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 900 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about each playoff series because the NBA playoffs technically officially start tomorrow. I guess some people don't count the play-in, but I'm going to talk a little bit about each series and see how y'all think about it. In the first series, I'm going to go over, because why not? Rockets versus Lakers. This should be an easy one to cover. And when I say easy, I mean it would be embarrassing if the Rockets lost this series, if the Rockets didn't sweep the Lakers. And with that being said, there's a lot of people still that believe in LeBron James. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been on TikTok a lot. I know if y'all have TikTok, y'all probably been seeing a lot of LeBron edits saying one last run LeBron. And to be honest with you, for the storyline and for the plot, I would love for LeBron to dismantle the Rockets by himself. And I feel like if KD loses to this Lakers team led by LeBron, that does unreversible damage to his legacy. I don't care if KD is 37 or not. You have all that young talent on this Rockets team, and you can't get them over a team which doesn't have Luka, doesn't have AR, and you're just I don't know. But it's expected that Luka and AR will not be back throughout this series. They're not expecting them back unless there's a miracle and this bitch goes 6 or 7, in which you're looking at the Lakers having, I don't know, like, when I see this series, I don't have it going past 5 games. I'm going to keep it above with you. Like, I might joke around and say Lakers in 7, but I don't mean that whatsoever. And if KD and the Rockets don't handle business, I think a lot of the NBA will be looking at them crazy, because this whole season has been an up and down for the Houston Rockets, I felt like. And Luka and AR is really a blessing for them in hindsight, because I did not see the Rockets making out the first round, regardless who they played this first round. And it's injuries that got it done, and now they're playing a less healthy Lakers team. And really, if LeBron gets one, that does great. Like, we're talking about one of the best accomplishments of LeBron's career if he decides to, not even decides, if he gets 2 games against his team. So you're looking at that, and you're looking at the Rockets, and I just don't see how you don't pick them in 5 or 4 games. But next, talking about the Cavs versus the Raptors, and the Raptors are an underdog. And let's say this. This is for Donovan Mitchell's legacy. Donovan Mitchell is on a contract year. He's expected to get paid a lot of money, and I just don't see the Cavs. They have more firepower than the Raptors. The Raptors were on a slump until they got back to their winning ways. And if the Raptors win this series, oh wow, I'd be 100% surprised. Like, this would be a shocker to me. I know it's not really supposed to be shocking because it's a 4-5 matchup, but still, like, when you're looking at obviously the Raptors, you have Scottie, you have BI, and that's where I stop. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, that's where I stop. Like, Colin Morey-Burrows, like, he doesn't get enough game time anymore for me to even include him into that list. And Emmanuel Quickley has been disappointing this season. I've seen Raptors fans wanting to move on with him while he was having a good start to the season, so it should just tell you how they feel about him. RJ Barrett has been the same player since he entered the league. He hasn't gotten better, and he hasn't gotten worse, so take that how you want it. But honestly, if Donovan Mitchell were to lose this series, it would do irreversible damage for his legacy. I'm gonna just be honest. And when you're looking at Donovan Mitchell's legacy, he's never been to the conference finals. He's never let's say this. He's never been to the conference finals. He's been to the second round, but when you're looking at Donovan Mitchell, you look at one of the best playoff performers of all time, one of the best regular season performers of all time, and he just hasn't been there. And if somebody tells you that Donovan Mitchell doesn't show up in the playoffs, just look at them and say you don't watch basketball. Like, that's how I feel about that when I see Donovan Mitchell doesn't show up in the playoffs. But obviously, Donovan Mitchell, he is the leader of the team, so he's going to get a lot of the blame. Like, that's why I don't know. Like, when I look at Cavs Raptors, like, it's a simple answer for me too. Like, I just don't see how you possibly take the Raptors in the series versus the Cavs. Like, I was fully confident in the Cavs going into this playoffs. They had a rough stretch of games, but I still don't think that confidence wavered from me. But next, talking about the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets, and those two fight again. And I feel like if Anthony Edwards were to beat this Timberwolves team this season, it'd be his best accomplishment since he came in the league. Because this Nuggets team is way better than the team he played in 2024. It's better than, obviously, the team he played in 2023 when they got 3-1. I mean 4-1. But when you're looking at the Timberwolves, they have been an up and down team too. Like, I feel like this series is not being talked. Well, I'm seeing edits on this series too, but this series isn't being up for grabs, or people saying this series is up for grabs and just calling the Nuggets the clear-cut favorites. I just don't see it, because we do this every single season with the Anthony Edwards-led team. Like, we don't believe in them, and then they shock you, and then we're supposed to be like, oh my God, Anthony Edwards is one of the best players in the league. I'm not falling for that again. Yes, I'm going to pick the Nuggets to win this series, but it's not going to be shocking if Anthony Edwards pulls it out and obviously beats this team. And when you're looking at, obviously, this Minnesota Timberwolves team, you need Julius Randle to step up. You need Jaden McDaniels to step up. You need Ayo Dosunmu to step up. You even need fucking Bones Highland to step up if you want a chance to beat this Nuggets team, led by Jokic, led by first-time All-Star Jamal Murray, led by Aaron Gordon, led by Christian Brown, obviously their best defender, who's going to be on Anthony Edwards. Really doesn't even account to much. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, you have to look out for that. So when you're looking at Timberwolves versus Nuggets, it's not as simple as you would think. Like, the Timberwolves have lost a lot of bad games, yes, but they do have some great quality wins to where some of the season I'm like, okay, they are contenders. And then sometimes I'm like, nah, I was too fast. But when you're looking at that and you're looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets, I just think this series will be a good series. It won't be blowouts, I feel like. If there's a blowouts, I'll be very surprised, but I don't know. Like, I'm just done. Yeah, I'm done, like, underestimating Anthony Edwards. Next, talking about the Hawks versus the Knicks, and the Hawks versus Knicks, right? Like, the Knicks should be the favorites to win this series, but it's not that simple when we're talking about New York. And sometimes, like the Minnesota Timberwolves segment I just said, like, sometimes I am fully confident in New York, and then other times I'm like, all right. But this Atlanta Hawks team, since obviously trading Trae Young, or since basically Trae Young got injured, has been playing amazing basketball. We cannot underrate them whatsoever. Like, some people tried to call it weak schedule, and then they beat some quality teams, and then we're like, okay, they're for real. And when we look at the Atlanta Hawks, they have the All-Star in Jalen Johnson. They have the most likely, most improved player in Nickeil Alexander-Walker doing shit that we didn't even think he could do last season, and him improving his game so much, and so where I'm looking like, yeah, is that his cut? Is that Shea out there? Like, that's how I'm watching Nickeil Alexander-Walker right now. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And we're looking at that, and we're looking at, obviously, the talent on this Atlanta Hawks team. Onyeka Okongwu is going to play stretch big minutes, and Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to guard the perimeter because they are going to pick him apart in the pick and roll defense. You have CJ McCollum, who obviously has playoff experience, and that's their primary. If you need a bucket, they're going to CJ to go get a bucket. So you're looking at that. Obviously, their bench, who is a little lackluster because obviously they injured, or their backup center, Jock Landale, who's playing good, by the way. He got injured before the playoffs, so they had to sign Tony Bradley, and hopefully he could hold it down. Hopefully you get impact minutes from Jonathan Kuminga. Gabe Vincent, since getting traded there, has been good. Not like his Lakers stint. And I'm looking at this Hawks team and I'm like, yeah, it's not too far-fetched. But obviously I would have to go with New York. And I do have New York in 6 games. And maybe that's a little controversial, but I don't know. I just don't see this Knicks team losing in the first round. If they were to lose in the first round, yeah, NBA world would be on fire. Like, the Knicks would be talked about. A lot of people need to be fired. A lot of moves need to be made in the offseason because obviously you didn't trade for Giannis. But you're looking at that. You're looking at New York, and I just don't see a way they lose to the Hawks, this Hawks team. But when if the Hawks pull up the upset, then I'm like, yeah, Atlanta. Like, that's for all the people that were saying that this shit was fake. Maybe I was one of those people. I don't know. But you're looking at New York, and you're like, okay, let's do it. And next, we're going to talk about the 76ers versus the Celtics. And this is a really clear-cut series. If Embiid doesn't come back, the Celtics win in 4 or 5. If Embiid does come back, I have Celtics in 6. Like, I don't see any way the Celtics lose this series. They have the better players. They have, obviously, the better talent on their team, whether it's bench, whether it's starters, they're just better. And you're going to need Tyrese Maxey to step up. If Tyrese Maxey could steal one game and Joel Embiid could come back by game 3 or game 4, then you're looking at potentially a series. But right now, the way it's looking right now, I expect the Celtics to absolutely dominate the Philadelphia 76ers. That's why during the playing game, when we were chanting, "We want Boston," I'm like, you do not want Boston. I don't know what are we chanting. Like, we chant this every single year, and then every time the 76ers, or not even the 76ers, anytime a team plays Boston, they get absolutely destroyed. And I remember a couple years ago, like, they meet again. Like, it's always a matchup between the Sixers and the Celtics. And what Embiid said a few years ago, it's not a rivalry, they own us. And that's what possibly I expect if Embiid is not healthy. But if the 76ers upset the Boston Celtics, then we have a conversation. Like, there could be upsets. I'm not going to act like there can't be. But at the same time, it's highly unlikely that that happens this season. But next, I guess, talking about the Trailblazers versus the Spurs, I expect domination. I expect Wemby to dominate. Donovan Clingan is that's not even a word. Donovan Clingan is not mobile enough to stay in front of Wemby. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, Clingan is too flat-footed. Obviously, Deni Avdija's game is to get to the rim, and it's going to be really hard to get to the rim on San Antonio's perimeter defenders. So when you're looking at that, and you're looking at Deni Avdija's play style, you're going to need, obviously, a lot of shooting to step up, and I just don't see Portland as that three-point shooting team. I see them as a team that loves to get to the rim, and it will really be hard to get to the rim on a San Antonio Spurs team that has a 7'5" guy, and obviously one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, and Stephon Castle. So you're looking at that. I just don't see it. And I guess the next two series, it's gonna be easy. Like, this the end of the video. Like, Thunder, whoever wins tonight against the Suns versus the Warriors, I expect to get fully dominated. I don't think any of those teams stand a chance. Pistons versus the Magic or the Hornets, obviously I would pick the Pistons in 5 games, but me being a LaMelo fan, I would have to say the Hornets in 7, but honestly, a realistic outcome would probably be Pistons in 4 or Pistons in 5. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about the NBA playoffs starting tomorrow, and let me know who y'all got making it out of the first round. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.